185 pounds. Number 1 in PTW ranking, Starboy Nano Lopez.
Revolution.
Starboy, Nano Lopez. This is a huge opportunity for him to go up against the one, the only, the legendary Matt Sydal.
Yeah, Lopez is currently undefeated here in PTW, 3-0 record, including that Battle Royal victory. And a victory over Nitro, another great wrestler from Hungary, in Underground 1. And then Remo as well. So he really has beaten a variety of shapes and sizes of opponents. But as we know, Matt Sydal is really something else.
Matt Sydal is a very special human being. His aerial ability, his striking ability, his experience, he's just on another level. I'm telling you, if Nano Lopez can come out of this 4-0, that's an incredible accomplishment.
I like the glasses as well.
Yeah, I gotta get myself a pair. Hey, even if he doesn't come out and win this, he's gonna learn a lot from this contest. Just being in the ring with someone like Matt Sydal, you're gonna come away better than you would going into it.
And now, it's his opponent, the biggest challenge in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce, coming from America, weighing in at 185 pounds, Big Star, straight from LEW. Matt Sydal.
I have goosebumps. Matt Sydal here in PTW.
Matt Sydal, there he is. Very good friend of mine. I know what he's capable of, and I know Starboy, he's up against a very, very tough opponent tonight.
Well, we've underestimated some of the newcomers here in PTW a little bit earlier tonight. I think both you and I were saying we thought Tristan Archer would make very light work of Jacob Crane. And in the end, although Archer got the win, it was a pretty close contest. So I'm sure Matt Sydal will have been watching that. He is not going to be taking Starboy lightly.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacob Crane, impressive. Justin Joy, great debut. Now let's see what Starboy can do against the legendary Matt Sydal.
Incredible spectacle here in Wrocław, Poland, as Matt Sydal and Starboy Nano Lopez about to go one-on-one.
Look at Matt Sydal, always in phenomenal shape. He's strong, he's flexible, he's dynamic. I'm a big fan. Really? He's just warming up, and that's impressive.
I don't think I've ever lifted my leg that high.
Yeah. If I did, it's because I fell.
Here we go. Sydal and Lopez.
This has the potential to be the match of the night.
You can hear lots of support for Starboy. That's no disrespect to Sydal. Everyone knows, of course, what Sydal has achieved, but Starboy has built such a following here in a relatively short period of time that so many people want to see that undefeated streak continue.
Matt Sydal said he's going to kick the blue right out of his hair.
Is that possible?
I don't know, but that would be pretty impressive.
Sydal challenging Starboy to take the middle ground here in the center of the ring, but quickly with a headlock takedown, floats over, still got a hold of the head, a second headlock takedown. Sydal making a statement early on.
Look at this grappling ability. This is not even what he's known for. I mean, look at him.
I think Lopez was trying to make a statement of his own by kicking out before one, but Sydal is having some fun in there at the moment. The whip from Sydal, but a leapfrog.
Starboy!
There we go, there's the arm drag and a second one. And suddenly, tables are turning. Here comes Nano Lopez. He gets planted though. Big chop across the chest from Sydal. And against Matt Sydal, being planted on that top turnbuckle is not somewhere you want to be. Here comes Starboy again, clothesline, and a bulldog plants Sydal face first.
Starboy! Some
go for the cover. And
incredible offense here against Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal was caught off guard.
Sydal still kicked out on one, but just like Archer earlier, I think Sydal is learning very quickly just the caliber of the PTW roster.
I am ready. Oh, sorry, he's not talking to me.
Standing moonsault, he saw him move in midair, landed on his feet in the end inside out. That was smart, but he still gets scooped up.
Starboy down with it. Whoa!
A split leg from Sydal, holds on to the leg of Starboy for another pin attempt, another 1 count.
Shades of Alicia Fox.
Sydal is got him by that blue hair.
Watch this. Watch this kick from Matt Sydal. Oh, Lord have mercy.
And a corkscrew standing moonsault.
I can't even believe what how do you call what he does? It's just so incredible and dynamic and entertaining and offensive and violent and all put together. Matt Sydal, that's why he's a legend.
It might not be words, we might just have to go for gasps.
Yes. Look at these kicks.
Right into the thigh of Nano Lopez. Sydal. This time the knee, right into the back of the knee of Starboy. An elbow into the ear, right into the side of the face at least from Sydal on the way out.
When Matt Sydal puts a target on one of your body parts, he just goes to work and breaks it down and breaks it down.
And for someone who's known as such a high flyer, such a risk taker, he can be quite methodical, Matt Sydal.
Methodical, technical. He has a very high wrestling IQ.
There's a sunset flip though from Starboy and almost took Sydal by surprise.
A pretty fast count there, Mr. Referee.
He just got carried away in the moment.
He's excited by all the action.
Now though, it is Sydal who's trying to slow things down, trying to damage that left leg, as you say, pick a body part, focus on it relentlessly. That's what Sydal is doing.
Well, if Starboy has one leg, hey, Matt Sydal's gonna walk away with this easily. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, it might soon. It might not last much longer because it can be very hard to find a way out of this, I think. If you're Nano Lopez, how do you escape having to tap out?
Starboy fighting back, punching the abdominal area of Sydal. But how much damage did his left leg just take right there?
Yeah, he was twisting around there for quite a while. In the end, he answered my question. The way you get out of it, you use that one spare limb he had, the right arm. But it's only bought him a temporary reprieve because comes a variation on the Russian leg sweep from Sydal, who again rolls through. My goodness.
Again, but look at Sydal's leg. He always has his leg hooked. He never relinquishes control of that left leg. Brilliant, brilliant. What the heck is this even?
Twisting him like a pretzel over his shoulder.
Like a scorpion. Look, still has the left leg hook. This is incredible offense you're witnessing. Ladies and gentlemen all over the world, Matt Sydal is putting on an absolute clinic right in this ring.
And look at this, you can see that Starboy's getting close to the rope, so he's trying to grab the arm as well. He was a second ago, and in the end, Starboy does indeed get to the bottom rope, but as you said, with that previous hold, the damage has been done.
Yeah, if the ropes were not in play, that might have been the end of the match, but he very, very wisely got to the ropes. Starboy fighting back. Matt Sydal was distracted for a second.
Yeah, I think he was listening to someone in the crowd, but it only takes a split second for Sydal to get back on top. That kick to the head.
I thought for a second he heard my voice and looked over. Oh! The speed in which he went across the ring. My Lord, he's like a world-class sprinter.
And the only thing that stopped that speed was the face of Nano Lopez.
Is there anything, Mr. Bradshaw, is there anything that Matt Sydal cannot do? He can do it all.
He's certainly making that case here at the moment. Well, hang on though. Lopez saying, "Don't forget about me." Lands on top of Sydal. almost again took him by surprise, and I think that's where Lopez has been his most effective, when he's taken Sydal by surprise in a split second there. He's had a couple of almost victories.
Yeah, Starboy cannot let the deficit get too big or else he's never going to come back. He slowly, when he gets in trouble, starts to fight back. Very resilient and very impressive is Mr. Starboy, Nano Lopez.
I think it's his unpredictability that seems to be his greatest asset in this one, as a counter of the Irish whip. The elbow goes up into the face of Sydal. Another elbow here from Lopez. Swing blade takes him down. Now try to capitalize. One leg hooked and the right shoulder pops up off the canvas to keep Sydal alive.
This referee, so it's a consistent fast count, that's fine, as long as it's even for both guys, but the person getting pinned has to be conscious of that and kick out immediately to not lose. Nano Lopez, very impressive. Now that the action slowed down, he's starting to show that damage done to his leg.
Yeah, I wonder what you're talking about with the fast counts there. Maybe that is more difficult for someone like Nano Lopez to adapt to, right? Because he hasn't had that experience. He doesn't know how to deal with something unexpected in a contest in the way that Sydal does.
Sydal, thousands of matches under his belt, thousands.
I don't know what he was trying for there, but thankfully, if you're a Starboy fan, he didn't manage it. There's a tornado DDT.
Right down on the neck of Matt Sydal, who has neck issues to start off. Let's see, Starboy hitting the ropes. He's looking for a dive.
Here comes Starboy. Takes out Sydal right in front of us. And Nano Lopez is cooking with gas now.
All you hear was a thud when both bodies hit the floor. Tremendous impact right here ringside.
And Sydal gets rolled back into the ring.
Nano Lopez, don't look at the camera. Look at Matt Sydal. He's your opponent. And he's recovering right now. Get in there.
Yeah, exactly right. Don't get overconfident. He's yet to taste defeat as Lopez here in PTW, and he's starting to believe that that streak will continue here. Sydal, though,
Whoops.
follows him in. Here comes the victory roll. He's able to get the legs. Yeah, he's got both legs of Sydal hooked, and he was very, very close.
Sydal, he realized the referee. I saw him remember. I could tell he just remembered and kicked out immediately. He made the adjustment.
Yeah, it's been a fast-paced match in so many ways, and Lopez is hanging in there. And he's going to try, I think, maybe for another one of those tornado DDTs.
Can he come down again on the neck of Matt Sydal? Ooh!
Well,
Oh, God.
hang on a second. Oh, my, look at this standing Hurricane Rana. My goodness.
Textbook Matt Sydal.
Sydal is fired up now, kicking again at that left leg. Remember all that damage he did to that earlier in the match.
Oh, fake the leg kick, came up for the head kick. Nano Lopez is rocked.
Yeah, he may be rocked and rolled here.
And that's it.
He is. Sydal wins it.
Matt Sydal is fired up.
You know what's interesting is we were saying that whenever Lopez was unpredictable, he seemed to have his most success. When he went back to the same move a second time, Tornado DDT, that was predictable. And that was the beginning of the end of his chances against Matt Sydal.
Matt Sydal is searching for the next star. You know, he's helped mentor guys.